Well, Congressman, we've been talking about the immigration issues, and they're serious. And the Biden administration, our friend Frank Gaffney calls it a wrecking operation. I've got a book out that's coming out called According to Plan. They're actually following the 45 goals of the Communist Party in the United States of America, and opening the borders is a part of that. Destroying our energy industry is also a part of that. We were energy independent 2 years ago.
Yes,
What's
sir.
happened?
What's happened? Joe Biden, that's what's happened. His woke, Democrat, radical policies, Green New Deal, this is what happened. We had energy independence, and as the congressman with more petrochemical refining facilities than any other district in the entire United States, I can tell you with authority that under President Trump, energy independence, an enormous the best economy we'd seen in 6 decades, the lowest unemployment rate for minorities and women that we had ever seen, and a narrowing of the gap between the richest, wealthiest Americans and the poorest had shrunk to a level that we had never seen before in history. And then all of a sudden, here we get the Chinese give us the COVID virus. And then COVID is used as an excuse to change some election laws illegally and unconstitutionally in some of these swing states. And we wind up with Joe Biden as our president, 26 executive orders on the very first day of his presidency. A war is declared on the fossil fuel industry of our country.
You know, and he said he was going to do that.
Yes, he did.
He made it very public, and then since he's denied that he ever said that, but he said—
He's on video.
Yes, he's on video. And his policies, stopping the Keystone Pipeline, opening up for economic reasons our petroleum reserve, where President Trump was filling it when oil was cheap, he was filling it. Biden's throwing it out there, and now we're running out of our reserves, and he wants to fill it back at $90 a barrel or something.
$100 a barrel. You know, I mean, here, this guy, that Strategic Petroleum Reserve, it's not actually in my district, but it is just a few miles down the road. It's in my colleague Randy Weber's district. And then on the other side of the Sabine River near Lake Charles in Clay Higgins district, there's another Strategic Petroleum Reserve. That is there. It was created because it is national security. It is there for crises. It is there in case of an emergency purpose. And President Trump filled it up at some of the lowest prices in history.
Genius, yes.
Genius. The man is a businessman, and here, in the name of trying to get gas prices down, he has released 180 million barrels of our precious Strategic Petroleum Reserve, and we thought it was going to be used to get the prices down, and we've come to find out he sold it to China and some of our worst adversaries. You can't make this kind of stuff up.
Well, here's the funny thing, though. Isn't he the one who promised to get gas prices up to reduce consumption and to force us onto greener technologies? So he achieved that, and now he's reducing our national security to get gas prices down because it's politically expedient.
That's exactly what it is. I mean, he's been an abject disaster for the American people, for our national security, and for the United States of America. I can tell you, Abraham Lincoln said this. He said, America will never fall from without. America will fall from within. And we were in the middle of a civil war at the time. And he was so right. Certainly we need to be aware and cognizant that China is our greatest foreign adversary, and Russia and the Iranians, the Cubans and North Koreans. But it is the woke, radical left, the socialists of the Western nations, that social woke parties, those parties, they call them by different parties in different countries. They are absolutely set on the ruination of our heritage, our culture, and putting people under the thumb of a tyrannical government.
And
that's
our
what's
hemisphere.
Happening. Yes, absolutely.
We're losing Latin America before our very eyes.
Yes, sir.
Watching as they're adopting the same policies that failed in Cuba and Venezuela and everywhere else they've ever been tried.